Hi, hello, welcome to the Revolving Door series brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the karmic side of the divine union. Typically, we're purging energies, whether it be connections or actual mates, like lovers. We don't always have to end up in bed with a lover. Love is an expansive energy. So sometimes, you know, there's some type of emotional bond or attachment. I'm getting the energy of something that was missed, but we're working on the energy of misconnections because sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes it's never going to be made clear. And, a lack of an answer is an action. A lack of clarity is clarity. It's easier said than done, and that's not for the weak. It takes a lot of self-empowerment, radical acceptance, self-actualization either to vibe with that kind of energy. There is a personality type out there that will see things through to the end or will keep on trucking or there's nothing wrong with making it work, but forcing it to work, that's a different story. Ooh, and as I said, my name is Serene, excuse me, my name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. If anything that is said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. I don't know what this is. Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. So there's the end of clarity, or blocked clarity, meaning our intuitive gifts, whether they're being triggered or not, we're not understanding everything. We're missing some cues, some clues with the High Priestess here and the Death card, but we're preparing to make a move. So I think the suspension or the pause or the lull or the lapse or the lag in our spiritual gifts mainly, and intuition to be more specific, is relative because it might force us to ask for clarity verbally. It might force us to, because myself, I understand, I read energy. Whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing is just confirming or denying the energy. So if you don't match what my intuition says, I'm already suspect. And we're entering in the cycle here with attending, maybe even working on or asking for forgiveness or a correction of some kind, to like a lull, being on the back burner, some kind of dissipation energy, perhaps a little bit of rejection, perhaps a little bit of boredom, lukewarm, tepid, placid, underwhelming, uninterested, unbothered. And heartless or cold, I'm hearing that energy. Now cold doesn't always mean callous, savage, ruthless. It could just mean not able to get a strong reaction or not being able to take someone else's temperature. Okay. Because the challenge here throughout the reading is going to be needing to either evolve into a more mature kind of energy, Eight of Cups, or it might need to withdraw. Now, mirroring this sacrifice, or excuse me, mirroring this challenge is maturation, mastery. So that's probably going to happen. But I do feel like that's part of the challenge here. It's needing to move on, needing to move forward, but not having the clarity of doing that, not having the clarity that comes out of doing that. Because the sacrifice to make is to make actions of the heart or gestures, to make loving gestures. And we are desiring to either move to higher ground or to move on, move forward, leaving something behind with the Chariot here. The Eight of Cups is the withdrawal energy versus the Four of Cups, which is the detached energy. So we have them both here. There's a delayed message here too with the Page of Swords. So that could be also difficult because sometimes we leave a person and they give the very next person the thing that we were asking them for. Let's hope we weren't begging them. So if we're connected to a masculine energy, whether they're male assigned or identified, and this is hard to hear, but a masculine energy, they're gonna, whenever they're ready, they're gonna choose the person that they're with. So we might have gotten them ready and then they're actually ready with the next person. Now, that's not a universal law, it's not an absolute, of course, different stuff for different folks, but that is a generality, a commonality amongst extroverted and or masculine, to be more specific, extroverted more specifically masculine energy. Because I do see that the masculine energy is leveling up, bossing up, handling up, but it comes through some kind of loss. It comes through a death card, which is either an ego death. Now, also, they could be waiting to receive something that's a birthright. It might even be a family destiny, dynasty, something of that nature. And we can be dealing with the Scorpio rising or Mars and Scorpio here. Somebody may also be an Aries rising or have their Venus in Libra. Somebody can also be a Cancer Mars or Cancer rising sign. That's difficult. Cancer Mars, they don't act without a sense of loss unless it's to protect the home or the family unit. So I'm not into that energy of doing something to get a rise out of the person we're connected to. That seems like a bad combination, and that will require being calculated, which gives too much birth to game playing. Because the sacrifice to make is to move on, move forward with actions of the heart, taking action. So if we do stay, because somebody has their Pisces and their Saturn and Pisces here, or their Pisces rising or Pisces Mars. Also, we got a lot of Pisces energy here. We have Mars, Pisces, we got a lot of Cancer energy here. We got Mercury in Cancer, Mars in Cancer, Cancer rising. There's changes that need to be made. Somebody might even get left out in the cold and they're going to come back and attend to the situation, but I'm not seeing a return. I'm seeing a message comes in late after we venture out with some clarity or some technical skill or beginning to learn about absolute authority. The thing is, if we're not getting the attention we need and we say, hey, I need a little bit more affection, I need a little more attention, I need a little more acknowledgement, I need a little more affirmation, and that's not received, then move on, move forward. We don't move on, move forward to teach the other person a lesson. We move on and move forward because we've learned our lesson. And listen, if it's a toxic situation, which this reading is designed to talk about, it's not uncommon. The average person leaves a toxic situation 7 times before they're out for good. Now, the average and that toxic situation, that number 7 is for the more pronounced, protracted toxicity. If it's low-grade toxicity, you'll get out and stay out. But like, say there's a physical abuse, say there's emotional abuse, say that they're a toxic personality style, whether it's whatever the antisocial or the NPD is, whether it's a very malignant, malicious, malevolent, or maybe a sinister, wicked, evil kind of energy. That's when you hear that 7 times, needing to leave, come back before they get out and stay gone. Now, if it's low energy, low effort, if it's mild toxic personality style, mild antisocial personality, that's not true. It's 2 or 3 times and then you're out for good. But I'm getting this energy, so I'm putting it out there. Now, I am a clinician. This is a therapeutic space. This is not a clinical space. This is the general reading. Please contact your provider, whether they be, whoever your therapeutic space holder is. Perhaps they might need to be a practitioner with a license. I would advise that you do that, or find some type of support group with people that have other experiences that they could share. And I'm just getting this energy, so I'm putting it out there. Okay, let's move on, move forward. So the situation is going to have like a comeback. We have the 2 of Pentacles with the 3 of Cups. That's a circling back. It's not circling the block. It's a circling back, maybe for an apology, because we have the Knight of Cups out here. Knight of Cups, 3 of Cups is an apology. It comes in delayed, though, with the Page of Swords. It's not, we do need to leave. We do need to get away from this person, and they will come back and say, listen, I had to handle up on my common darn sense. I was a little acting stupid, being stupid. I needed to fix my little toxic ways. I'm sorry for how the cards you got dealt. I'm sorry for how I treated you and what I contributed to. If there was harm, I apologize. I wasn't able to see you. I was unhealed, unawakened. I was asleep at the wheel. I'm sorry. That's kind of more of what I'm getting. And I'm still being told to tell you that this is not something that we need to restart. If we're restarting this, is because we are unhealed, unawakened, and we need to work on our self-love, self-worth, self-value. I'm just going to say that because that's what I'm getting. And this is the cast, this is the reading that I would tell you that. If you want more of the rainbows and lollipops and sunshine and lemon drops, you need to come at the new moon. This is the full moon. So this is when I tell you about karma, not no twin flame. This is the false twin. This is the karmic soulmate. This is the again and again and again and again, and nothing ever changes because the cyclical cycle of BS. Okay, this is the reading. Full moon time is when you get the tis. Okay, if you need a little more little bunny frou-frou, come at the new moon, because that's when we talk about the actual divine connection. This is a fake out. Okay, and a lot of times we choose our client because they actually need to be healed, but we're trying to love on them. Okay, because this person's going to take action, but they're going to take action because we were a catalyst for them. We helped them get some healing. We helped them figure out what was alive in them, and who they were, and what they were, and what they were about when they couldn't figure it out before we showed up. Somebody may have their Jupiter or Sun in Leo to a lesser degree. They may be a Scorpio rising. Again, another message for Pisces rising. So we do have a Sun in Leo here. We do have a Pisces rising here. Now, this Pisces rising needs to move forward, and or this Pisces rising is somebody that might have Saturn in the first house. So if you have Saturn in Pisces and you're Pisces rising, it's very likely that you have Saturn in the first house. Now, that's speaking directly to you, but even if you're not a Saturn and Pisces, if you're a Pisces rising and a Leo Sun or Leo Jupiter, then hey, this is still talking to you. You could just be a Pisces rising and a Leo Sun, okay? But we have a lot of combinations here. We keep going through the combinations. What I'm getting is that when we figure out ourselves, when we feel safe enough to move on, move forward, we're moving forward into calmer waters. If this is a chaotic hoe we're attached to, if this is a crazy little itch, a pinche cabron, if this is malanquia, dramamina, there's always some little feint of offense. There's always some little niggle in the skittle that gets them worked up for nothing. The sky is blue, let me throw a tantrum. The Pope is Catholic, let me throw a tantrum. Water is wet, let me throw a tantrum. That kind of energy, the grass is green, let me throw a tantrum. If we're dealing with that kind of person, because that's what I'm getting, the day ends in Y, let me throw a tantrum. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Now, there's a need to leave them out in the cold, to say, this doesn't work for me. I've got to move on, move forward, leaving you behind because you're a lot to handle, a lot to carry. And maybe that means I'm not enough for you. Perhaps you need to get your needs met somewhere else. Because there will be a little sense of not knowing everything. There will be a little sense of having to let go, let God, to sacrifice and surrender. Because what we need, especially if we're the feminine, is somebody that comes towards us, not only that, somebody who takes massive action towards us. And they're going to take massive action, but in the future, and it might not be with us because they're looking outside of this connection for what they want to manifest. What they're looking inside the connection to do is to manifest change. They're trying to open up the road for us to leave. I hate to say it that way, but that is what I'm getting. Because happiness does come when we let go, let God here. But also the healing for this other person is going to come when they realize, with the Tower card, the revelation is going to come when they realize that they had the thing that they were searching for all along in us. And since it's the cast that we're dealing with, I wouldn't advise during a karmic cycle to talk about struggle love. Struggle love is when it's push and pull, hot and cold, yes and no, up and down, in and out. And both parties are learning lessons, but both parties are maturing, where eventually they're at the level of maturity where they can finally grow together permanently, saying like, I messed up over here, you messed up over here, let's figure it out together and move on, move forward. Not every connection is like that. There requires accountability, responsibility, acknowledgement, self-reflection. I don't feel like that's on both parties. We have the self-reflection with this Eight of Cups. We do that a lot. This other party is gonna learn from loss, because they're bigger than the britches they're trying to fit into. Is that too big for your britches? I don't think so. They have these lofty ambitions and goals and whatever, and they're going to have to lose out a little bit to get humbled so that they can adequately work towards something viable and sustainable. They need to realize that they already won and they messed it up. That's the thing that heals them. We need to realize that we were inviting to leave to go towards where love is, because that feeling we first had with them when our heart was opening up and expanding, it was because they were in their ego. That was, they were taking, their pride is not self-worth and value. Their pride is ego. So there may be a Capricorn moon here, a Capricorn sun here to a lesser degree. It can be an Aries rising or Leo rising. I mean, Libra rising or Aries rising, not Leo. Now we have the thing that dulls out the importance of this Devil card, but I wouldn't agree with the King of Wands. It's one of the few energies that it doesn't matter. I don't want to see the King of Wands with the Devil card this way, because it means like tyrant, bigot. They're abusive, usually physically, but also sometimes verbally. They want to destroy our pure nature. There's something about us that makes them angry, and it's because we're too soft, we're too demure, we're too pure, we're too graceful, we're too innocent. They want to see us get angry and get vicious and get embittered with them. They're trying to rage bait us to give excuses to attack us, because they're being made to feel bad for the way they treat us. Instead of taking that ambitious energy and working towards creating something either alone that they provide in the relationship or working and building something together, they take that energy to abuse. And also, they are looking at getting what they want through us. There's some means to an end kind of energy that I'm picking up on. And this obsession and compulsion is to build something for themselves. They're having this illusion and these falsities. And also, there's lies here with and they're going to be exposed. Now, if they don't have their sun in Capricorn, I would be afraid. If they're not in Aries rising, I would be afraid. Because this is darkness lying in wait. I'm sorry, I just can't get down with this connection here. I can't. Now, it's not supposed to. So there needs to be an ending here. And yeah, they're going to get caught up. They're going to do something upon which they're going to get restricted and restrained by the universe. I was pulling on the Queen and King of Pentacles. They're a demon, and their demonality is going to be exposed. Okay. Now, they could be acting already like a hater as a whole, talking smack about other people, talking smack to us, maybe even to our face or behind our back. And then they lie as well. They're a liar, mentirosa. They're a liar. They're a liar. I dislike pretext. I dislike deceit. I dislike malice. Deceit is part of lies. That it's gonna turn me off. You don't want kids, or you're a liar. I'm out. I'm out. That's me. What about you? I hope lies is included in there. Divine masculine doesn't come with a lying asshole. The two don't go together. Okay, That's what's up. That's what's up. Mentirosa, 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 mentirosa. Yeah, liar, liar. Yeah, so that's part of what we want to move on, because we are needing to detach. We're needing to withdraw. We desire either maturity, higher ground, or to withdraw. We need things to get better, or we need to go. And we're going to speak that out loud. Magician and the, okay, I said it out loud. Magician. I was going to say Vegeta El Sole, the sun and the magician. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. That's all. It's coming to teach the world, to preach to the world. It's like, I'm coming out. It's like making it known out loud, sharing with your brother, sharing with your neighbor, sharing with the world. And then over here, they have aggression on their side, like overt aggression. They're gonna get mean, they're gonna get loud, they're gonna get crunk, they're gonna act stupid, be stupid, they're gonna get violent, whether it's verbally or physically. I'm sorry, buddy. Listen, homie, don't do that with me. Don't, because I'll need a forensic microscope after we're done. Let's move on, because I don't have anything pleasant to say. That person needs a lot of healing. They need a lot of healing. They need a lot of healing. So unfortunately, whatever they do is the thing that starts them to heal. So it might not just be us leaving, and we might happily, because of their violence, which may not be physical, but I'm seeing it be physical. They're gonna verbally abusive and then physically abusive eventually. They're gonna hit us. So honey, be safe, okay? Babes, don't be in a situation that's not safe. But what I'm getting is physical violence. But whatever happens, they're gonna heal from that. When they do begin to heal, that's the thing, that's the driving factor for the healing. But unfortunately, there may be some kind of third party that comes in and imposes that healing. Luckily, here it'll be effective. Um, Usually, the only imposed healing that is effective is never an intervention. It has to be jail. And usually that's not. But since I work in addiction, that's the type of clinician that I am, um, I see that happen a lot. That drug use is arrested, and the person is saved from a life of addiction because they were put in prison, because they spent a month or two in jail or something. But that doesn't go for the domestic violence. That doesn't equate. It's not the same, you know. And I'm here in America. I'm here in the Western states, on the West Coast. So it's different culturally, it's different even in different areas of my country, and it's different overseas. It's different. Now, when I was speaking Spanish or Italian, it's usually because we're dealing with witchcraft now. So there may be magic in the family, there may be a demon in this person. But I am also getting that there's somebody of a Mexican descent here, very specifically Mexico. Because I'm hearing the word machismo. So I'm not talking about Boricua, Dominicano, Colombiano. I'm not speaking about any of that. I'm speaking about Mexicano, Mexico, a man from Mexico, abusive. That is part of the culture. I will say nothing more because I am not Mexican. But I'm picking that up. And then somebody here is bisexual, and that's a problem for them. It's making them have shame and blame and guilt, and I don't understand any of that. But again, I'm privileged So I can't speak to the inner planes here, but I'm getting that there's a lot for this person to hide from, and they use their bullying and their rage and their aggression. I was calling it throwing a tantrum. It's a rage fit. It's like this is not a place to diagnose, but it looks like intermittent explosive disorder. To me, it's just unhealed, unawakened bichiku. Like they have bullshit about them. They need to work on a lot. Um, I'm sorry, darling, because we'll see them in the afterlife. If they haven't lost their soul to the devil, we'll see them again in less than an eternity. So they might choose to heal in this lifetime. I feel it. I do feel that they will heal in this lifetime, but I don't think it's going to be with us, because we need to find community and we need to find our place in this world, and that's where our person is. We're spending too much time, energy, effort, and attention trying to nurture and attend to this person, and it's blocking us from living our best life, and that's where our person is going to be. Because this person needs to learn about their higher self and their authentic self. They need to take some time out alone, unless they're a Virgo sun or Sagittarius rising. Because the truth is coming here. The truth is that they realized that they could have had a happily ever after with us, but we had to leave. We had to take space from us. So if they go away and heal, and for whatever reason, I can't advise for a returner in this cast. I'm sorry. It's the karmic reading. We have one every month. And it is the gay season, which is Gemini Sagittarius. So I do want to say, like, I can't advise to let them back. I did intuitively want to say, though, I did feel somebody leave, go get healing, work on their rage, work on their shame and blame and guilt and whatever, and then come back. That's safer, because, like, if you come back as a new person, okay. I don't want to, but okay. But again, just listen, caveat, warning, exclamation point, asterisk. In this reading, the revolving door, I cannot advise taking somebody back. So please listen to other readings. Please get either a personal reading, go to another reader, or come to me, or whatever. Pray to your mama, go to your priest. I don't know, I don't care. But I cannot advise in this reading to accept somebody back that leaves, or to accept someone back when we left. However, I do feel like if they go away and they work with a specialist, a high level person who has specialized knowledge, not general knowledge, not like a internal medicine or a family medicine practitioner, but like somebody who's a mental health psychiatrist, or somebody who does psychotropic medication, or somebody who works in addiction, or like a specialist, and they work with that person for a year and then they come back as a different person. Use your discernment at that time. Okay, so there's a bigger, brighter, and better future for them. They're getting better, they're healing, but it came through a breakdown, a rock bottom. I can't say rock bottom because we didn't see the Ten of Swords, but they fell all the way down to the ground with the tower. And then the devil came right out. They fall from grace. The devil comes out before the tower, that's falling from grace. And you want the devil to come out before the tower. If the tower comes before the devil, that means somebody is going to grab hold and never let go, and they're going to ruin everything. They're going to try to destroy your world. That's the definition of somebody trying to exert toxic control of an abusive kind. So it's not, this is a fall from grace. The other one is like somebody breaking out of prison or something kind of deal. This is the fall from grace, and then they begin to heal. So they need to lose everything in order to have a little something. Because they see in the future that this was the connection for them, but we're gone. There's some clarity, truth, strategy, and we cannot tell them how to come back. They need to come up with the solution on their own. They need to be a different person when they show back up. And they need to show us something, and it needs to be that they figured out what the thing was that they were missing. I'll be honest, they need to work on their rage or work on their bisexual energy. And it's not going to be, this is a general reading, it's not going to be that for everybody. But that's what I just got told. They need to come out and say it all the same, whatever it is, whether it's a little bit of, bisexual energy or the fact that they have a mental health diagnosis or that they have shame or that they have an addiction or whatever. They might even need to, well, I don't see that. It's not here. I won't even say it because it's pretty intense. Because this is going to feel like we're losing a relationship. We're losing somebody that we're in some kind of union with. It doesn't have to be romantic, but you know what God just said? The divine, excuse me. They said most trash takes itself out, and when it doesn't, it's not trash, it's a parasite. So this is human trash. This is they were not born worthless, but they haven't amounted to much of anything. You're doing what you're doing just to get to where you're going, and I see it, babe. Do whatever you do, just don't lose too much of yourself. And then the song goes on, but it says like you're going to end up marked, you're going to end up with a brand with the mark of Cain or something kind of energy. Oh, okay. We've got to go the spiritual route here. We've got to listen to the Lord. Because they're going to have new, they are going to renew themselves. They are going to heal. They are going to come out of this darkness that they're in. But we're going to feel like we've lost out, and that's part of our healing here. Because the man is not a plan, and if we attach to one person or we put something before the divinity in our life, whatever we put before our higher power, we lose. Whatever we put before our patron, whatever language is in the affinity, whether it's God, Allah, Buddha, Shekinah, Jehovah, higher power, source energy, Pachamama, Adavati, Parvati, Sri Devi, Bhudevi, Adi Shakti, doesn't matter, don't care. Whatever we put before the goddess, we're going to lose. And it's going to look later on like they're winning and like we're suffering because we're alone. We've left them. We feel broken up with, even though we might have done the breaking up with. We want them back because now they're what we wanted all along. And we initially felt it. We probably didn't hold out for long enough. That's a common rumination that survivors of narcissistic abuse experience. What we really need to do is get out and stay out. I'm just going to say it like that. We need to get out and stay out. I'm so sorry, Bibbs. Unless they come back to us, unless they take massive action towards us in the future once they've healed, it's a no. And let it be a no. And we got to be okay with that. So I'm sorry. This person's actually blocking the love energy that we need to have in order to invite in the right person. Yeah, get out, leave right now. Yeah, so we need to go. This is not the one, hun. Collaborative dreaming and legacy of light. So we need to remember who we are, what we are, and why we came here. And we need to focus on a bigger, brighter, and better future because the universe is trying to co-create with us and we're blocking manifestation because we're holding on too tightly to something. And the thing is that we need to give this person love. We can see them bigger, brighter, and better than they are. They cannot see themselves bigger and brighter and better than they are. They're still stuck on some stupid. It's fine if we want like-minded people. It's fine if we see the beauty in this person. We see how pure their soul is, and all the doctrines that they're lost in. But that's a sign of our own lack of healing and unawakening. That's a sign that we're unhealed and unawakened, that we're holding on to something that's not holding on to us. And if it is a mutual hold, it's a toxic one. Because we are a goddess with legacy of light here. This is by Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebel. We're a goddess. We don't need to tolerate this kind of stuff, and we don't need that attitude either, like we're on Jerry Springer. I'm a goddess. You need to worship me. None of that. We should be focusing on creativity. There's something that we're working on, some type of creative project. We need to go towards that. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. Take good care. See you in the next one. Just a quick prayer to all those still lost out there, to illusion, delusion, confusion, who have yet to awaken, who have yet to heal, who have yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine and unconditional love and universal oneness. May you be healthy, may you be happy, may you be whole, may you be at peace, may you get everything that you ever wanted, especially what you deserve. I pray that your path be illuminated and your steps be ordered back to the divine, and that you reach salvation and redemption and harmony and wholeness. Take good care. Ho'oponopono, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Until we meet again, Namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. Again, my name was Serene Priestess Abossi. I was your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the karmic side of the divine partnership. So we are with somebody that is unhealed and unawakened. They're bordering on abuse, whether it be physical or verbal, because they have self-shame and self-guilt. Their life is unactualized. They're not where they want to be, and they're not who they want to be in this life. And instead of doing that work for themselves, they're taking it out on us. We've become their punching bag, whether it's physical or verbal, and that's not okay. There's karma here, and there's some type of darkness on them. Fear, illusion, degradation, and they're obsessed. They're obsessed with using us as a vehicle to reach what they want. They're going to push us to the side if they feel like they can, you know, they're going to sacrifice us to prioritize their own selfish agenda. And they'll only realize the gift that we were to them when where they no longer have access to us. So it's been an honor and a pleasure. Take good care, my dear. Bye-bye.